consider this the lightning round. So,
I'll tell you when it's 15 seconds too.
Yeah.
Give you a chance to.
So, all right. So each of you, how much will it cost you, do you think, to run a winning campaign for Congress, and where do you intend to raise that money? So let's start with Dr. Bradford.
I've been told that it will cost $750,000 to $1 million to defeat Howard Coble. I'm going to go to a lot of people. I'm going to try to have a lot of little people give some money, and I'm also going to go to some people who have some bigger money and try to convince them that I'm a good candidate. And I'm also going to go to some PACs. I have been contacted by several that are saying, go ahead, put your policy out, see if we agree with it. My feeling is I have my policies. Just because I take money from a company doesn't mean that I am going to vote the way they want me to vote. And I will probably not take money from anybody that I don't agree with.
Okay. Mr. Rotor?
Well, I'm already raising money, and from a lot of people. My DC consultant tells me that it's going to take somewhere in the neighborhood of $500,000 to have a shoestring budget. I believe I can raise that. I know enough people in the district. I've been working in this district for well over a year. We're going to raise this money in and out of the district. It's going to be extremely difficult to raise money in the 6th district because people have lost their jobs. They just don't have the money to give. We're going to have to go outside the district and find good Democrats elsewhere to bring this money in.
Mr. Carter?
And the question is, how much money?
How much and where are you going to get it?
He would probably take about $250,000 or zero. Word of mouth, I've done a little advertising study on my own, and word of mouth will carry you a long way. If it boils down to outspending Howard Coble to beat him, that certainly would not be my objective. What I want to beat Howard Coble is the truth and justice and the American way, even though it sounds corny to a lot of people. It doesn't sound corny to me. It really boils down, can you get people's attention? That's what you want. Can you get your attention? And the way to do that is ask them, have they suffered enough? Now, give you an example. I didn't work in any mill that's been shut down here. But maybe I didn't pay enough attention. Maybe we should have moved sooner.
15 seconds.
But now we're in trouble. We all got to pay attention.
Okay, 30-second follow-up. Public financing, for or against it? Ms. Brown?
I'm definitely for public financing. The only way you're going to get the lobbyists out of controlling Congress is to go to public financing. You can't go to term limits because the big lobbyists, the big corporations, will have somebody ready to move into the seat as soon as the person comes out.
Mr. Rotor?
I called for public financing in a TV interview on WXII the other day. They have not run yet. I believe we need to even the playing field. Cap how much a candidate can spend on an election, how much they can raise on an election, and that way anybody sitting in this room could run for office. I believe the way we get rid of the lobbyists is we elect good, ethical congressmen to go to Congress that are going to fight the fight, and they're not going to go there for personal gain. I believe I'm that person.
Okay.
That's been questioned before, and they fought it down under the Free Speech Amendment, so it won't work. I wish it would. But to be realistic, that will not work. If you come up with it and get it on the floor and you get it to the Senate, the Supreme Court's going to knock it down. Okay. They've already have.